said before on my other video response to some crazy little Christian who probably never read the 14th Amendment about the Equal Protection Clause, so I had to look this up on Wikipedia, so here we go. The Equal Protection Clause is part of the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution and provides that no state shall deny any persons within jurisdiction of equal protection of the laws. The Equal Protection Clause can be seen as an attempt to secure the promise of the United States professional committed to propose that all men created equal, and empowering a judiciary that enforces principle against the states. Most correctly, that Equal Protection Clause and the rest of the 14th Amendment is marked as a great shift in American constitutionalism. Before the enactment of the 14th Amendment, the Bill of Rights protected individual rights from the invasion of the federal government. After the 14th Amendment was enacted, the Constitution protected the rights from abridging state leaders and government, including some rights arguably protected from abridging from the federal government. In the wake of the 14th Amendment, states could not, and among other things, deprive people of equal protection of the laws, which exactly such requirement means in the courts. Subject of great debate in the story of Equal Protection Clause and gradual explanations of its meanings. As far as all of that goes, it means that no matter how, it's just that all people are created equal. And it doesn't really say anything about all people are created equal unless you're homosexual, unless you're black, unless you're a Jew, or unless you're Protestant, or unless or whatever it is. It just says all people are created equal. So I don't understand, why can't you get that in your head? You know. But the other one I'm gonna have to point this is also the first one. So I can put this up on there, but anyways, the First Amendment is supposed to be the most important one because it's supposed to protect freedom of religion and freedom of speech. You know. And then that's just simply what it is. I'm not really attacking you guys simply because you're a Christian or anything. It's simply because I'm attacking you because you secretly want everybody to be Christian. When there are some people that are completely fine without God and Jesus whatsoever as far as that goes. They don't need to be Christian or God and have God or Jesus in their lives as far as that goes. They're happy with having Buddha or Hare Krishna or whatever religion as far as that goes. You know? And that's just simply that one of the things that I wish you guys would have understand as far as that goes. The freedom of religion. Freedom exercise on the Free Exercise Clause of it, 1879, interpreting stance of all of that. Overview. Supreme Court interpretation of free exercise is following a broad arc of beginning of approximately 100 years in tension. Technically, relatively viewed required a cause of a growing, much broader view in the late 60s, and again receding. Closely examine the scope of free exercise of Reynolds v. United States, the case dealing with prosecution of a polygamist under federal law, claiming that the protection of free exercise in court upheld the law on government's prosecution. The law, which also revised regarding the law of separation between church and state. It's kind of funny, you know. You always say about something how you don't want the state to interfere in matters of the church, and yet you want the church to interfere with the matters of the state. How hypocritical, you know. So, let's see. There's also something about the Jehovah's Witness cases that were back in the 30s and 50s. It also had to do with freedom of religion as well. And that sort of stuff. But then there's like this whole stuff about freedom of thought, which freedom of ideas. So, and then there's a lot of other stuff. But as I said before, it's just that you need to put the Bible down and then look and see where there's all around it. There are some people that don't worship that way. And as I said before, it's just that there are some people like me who are just happy not having a religion and don't need God and Jesus in your life and in their lives as far as that goes when they have something else going. I mean, to put it in an example of another thing is, it's like you're being one of those would-be suitors who keeps bugging someone who's already happy in a relationship. You know, there's someone who's already happy with somebody that they already have established relationship and whatnot. And you don't need to have somebody going around bothering them for a date or whatever. For that matter. It's just that one of the things I just want to make it clear to you guys is that think outside for a minute. I try seeing everything in your point of view, but it seems like all I can see is there's a bunch of people who are afraid to look beyond that sort of thing, beyond their own little points of view, beyond wanting to make everybody Christian or wanting to make people Christian as far as that goes, and rather than just respecting everybody's own religions. As what I said before was like the whole equal protection clause. It's also with the whole Brown v. Board of Education, which basically did away with segregation because separate but equal is not equal. And so no matter how much you can say that, you're just going to have to accept the fact that gay marriage is just going to be legalized all states as far as that goes. And then in 20 years from now, we're all going to wondering, what was the whole big deal about that? It's just like the whole big deal, what was with letting blacks have an equal rights or letting all of these other people have an equal rights as far as that goes, But it's just that times are changing, and you better get on board, or otherwise you're going to fall behind. Be stranded.